Now then, everybody, Betty's back again. Woohoo! Right, today it's a requested video, and it was requested a long time ago, and I've never got round to doing them, but I really fancy doing them. It was requested by Belinda Neal, and these are cheese and Marmite scones, however you want to pronounce it. So I will show you the ingredients. There isn't many, but I will show you them. Okay, so we have 150 mils of milk, 1 tablespoon of Marmite, 300 grams of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 85 grams of cold cubed butter, 150 grams of cheese, whatever cheese you like, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, not 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, and 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. Right, so there you go, there's the ingredients. So let's get cracking. Okay, so I have put my milk into a pan, and we're going to gently warm this up, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of Marmite. I love the stuff, me. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. Right, this is going to be fun. Trying to get it out. That was about half a tablespoon. We need some more, actually. We definitely need some more. Marmite. Just let's get it out. Get in. You know you want to. There's very little in there, so it's not really worth keeping what's left in there. May as well try and get what's left out to make up the tablespoon. I reckon that's about right. Once I get this out of here, that is. Just trying to get it in the liquid that's warming up. Let me find a little spoon. I can get the rest of that out. Right, palaver out of that one. Trying to get some Marmite off a spoon. Right. Right. And you just got to whisk this together till it looks a bit like a cup of coffee, to be honest. That sort of colour, like a light brown sort of colour. Let's get the temp. Yeah. That's about as hot as you want it. You don't want it boiling, just so it all combines together nicely. Whisk that all up. And so I'll turn that off, and you just let that cool down. You could chill it if you wanted to, but it isn't necessary. So, right, on to the next bit. Okay, so we have our flour. So it is 1 teaspoon of baking powder into here. Again, when I can get this in. Baking powder in. Half a teaspoon of salt. That will do nicely. Right, let's give that a little zhuzh. Right, so you know the drill by now. I now need my butter, which I've kept in the fridge as long as I possibly can, just to make sure it's nice and cold. So again, I've got to use my fingers for this one. Right. So I'll put the butter in, try to get it into little cubes. Okay. It might not be perfect. Right, so I've got to try and be a little bit more light-handed. Just bringing it together as quickly as I can without heating it. But with my big gorilla fingers, and Mando always says I've got hot hands, so I'm just trying to do this as quickly as I possibly can. Just trying to bring it all together. What I tend to find is, I know it should, I've advised people saying grate it in and do this, and this coals, I would have normally done it in the, mixer, but this recipe calls to do it like this, not to be overwork the actual dough itself. So I'm just going to continue. 1 second. I'm going to continue doing this and I will come back to you shortly. Okay, so that's that done. Into the mix now goes 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. Sounds a lot, but that's what it asks for. And that's what I'm giving it. And 1 teaspoon of good old mustard powder. 1 teaspoon. I'm going to make it a heaped one. And we can get the lid on. Right, so I've got to give that a little bit of a mix. Not too bad actually. Better than my last effort. Right, it says if time allows to put that into the fridge and chill for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna add this milk mixture, milk and bovril. Sorry, I need the cheese in next. I need me cheese, dummy. Need my cheese. Can't be a cheese and Marmite scone without the cheese. Trying not to handle it too much. Right, so we're going to reserve about a tablespoon of this liquid for a glaze. So in with the liquids. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. And I'm just going to bring this mixture together. And I might actually stick it in the fridge if I've got, I don't think I've got enough time though. I'm a bit pushed for time. Just had the car in for MOT this morning. It's passed, but only just. So yeah, which I'm pleased about. I'm just trying to bring this together. It's a little bit sticky. I'll don't want to overwork this. It says not to overwork it, so I'm trying not to work it too much. I'm just trying to bring it together as such, rather than be kneading it. Just trying to bring it together as a dough, which it seems to be doing. Yeah, that's coming together nicely. Yeah, I'm back at work in like less than 2 hours, so I've got to try and get this done. That's not too bad. If I can get the rest off my fingers, get that into there, that into there. Make it into a ball. Right, so have a quick tidy up and we'll crack on with the next bit. Right, so I've lightly floured my surface and I've patted this down. No need to use a rolling pin. I've patted it down to about 3 centimeters thick. There we go. One cutter. I got told not to twist it while you're doing it. I'm just going to put it straight down, pull it straight off. Repeat the process. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So obviously just bring this back together, but not overwork again, like I said. I know I'm the world's worst for that. So I'm just going to shape this again. Do the same again. Push it down to about 3 centimeters thick ish. Cut. Cut. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reckon we'll get another 2 out of that. Yeah, apparently if you overwork it, it makes the scones quite tough. So I'm going to do 1 smack bang in the middle. Make it so it's roughly about that size, so there's a little wastage. There we go. There we go. So that has made 8 scones. So what else have I got to do now is just give these a little, I'll probably make some little straw like things out of them to bake with it. So with our milk and Bovril glaze over the top, making a right mess as per. Typical Betty. I'm really looking forward to these actually. Really looking forward to them. So that's got a nice like milky glaze, milky Bovril Marmite glaze over the top. Ready for the oven, which will be the next stage. So I'll just clean this lot up and we'll crack on. Right, so I'm going to put these in the Kasori in the dual blaze, the big one with the Grand Zone. So I've managed to get 8, and that one little one I've just squished into a handmade one in the middle for taste testing purposes. Well, a little bite for myself. So it says between 12 and 15 minutes at, if it's a fan assisted oven, which this is, 200 degrees. That's either gas max 7 or 220 degrees if you're using a normal oven. So I'm going to set that for 15 minutes and I will check it maybe it's after about 12. So press play and wish me luck. Right, so that's at its 15 minutes. Yes, they look a bit dark, but that's just the glaze. So I'm going to let them cool down a little bit and then we'll have a little taste. Right, so I've cut one in half, perfectly cooked, and just put a little bit of butter on there. So you know what time it is, it's triple tea time for Betty Boy. Looking forward to this. So let's give these bad boys a well. Oh, oh my days. Oh, that is a big, massive thumbs up from me. Wow, they're nice. Obviously, you're going to have to like Marmite and cheese. Getting that lovely tang of Marmite, a cheese hit. They're not overworked, they're nice and light and airy. And some melted butter on there. What more can you ask for? Absolutely stonking. Stonking. So thanks Belinda Neal for suggesting that. They are absolutely delicious. Right, so I've got about an hour left before I have to go back to work. So I'm going to have a chill for an hour. Like I say, I've had my car in for MOT this morning, which thankfully it passed. So I'm happy about that. So I'd just like to thank you all once again for all your lovely comments, all your subscriptions and all your likes, and all your lovely recipe ideas like that one. Fantastic. Really, really nice. So I will leave you for now and I will catch you again. It'll be next week now, so we'll see you later. Bye for now. Bye.